Hello, I'm Stephen Stone, and today I'm going to introduce you to the Sound Anchors TSTT stand. Probably the name is the most unfortunate part of this stand. Other than the name, it's pretty much perfect. The problem I have with tabletop and desktop systems is very often people put the speakers on the desk. Problem with that is it transmits a lot of sound to the desk, generally screws up the sound. You get serious early reflections coming off that desktop that confuse your ears and make it so the speakers don't work nearly as well as they could. The solution is to move them up off the desktop. You can see behind me how my speakers are on the TSTT stands. And the stands themselves, actually my desktop itself has a thick oriental carpet on it to further knock down any early reflections. It's sort of the equivalent of floor bounce, but I call it desk bounce. And so the trick is to eliminate that. So one of the basic problems with most stands is they are one height. Okay, the isoacoustic stands have two heights because they have a double set of columns. But most stands, they're 4 inches, they're 5 inches, they're whatever height they are, that's what you got. Which can be fine or not. The problem is, okay, the trick with desktop speakers is their height in relation, and their relationship to your ears is critical to their sound. If they're too high or too low, they will not have the same frequency response and imaging characteristics as if they're at the proper height. If you, again, the speaker behind me is a Falcon LS35A. My ears are parallel or pretty much on level with the tweeter in this speaker. And for this particular speaker and this particular setup, that is pretty much ideal. But with most stands, whatever height they are, that's the height your ear is going to be in relation to the speaker. You can't change it. And that's a major problem. The TSTT stand eliminates that problem through the simple fact that it is infinitely adjustable throughout its range. Basically, you have a column and you have a bolt that goes into the column and tightens up onto the platform. It can be moved along the column at any point and tightened up. So this one stand can accommodate a very wide range of speakers. If you only have one pair of speakers, well, I don't care, I'll just get the right thing and that's it. But I don't have one set of speakers. I have a lot of speakers. And I do want to have each one of them set up optimally. Again, as I show some close-ups, you'll see some tape and some marks on the sides. Those are marks for different speakers that I use on a regular basis, and so I can just go to that mark, center it up, and be ready to rock and roll. If I previously marked a speaker, I can pretty much change over the stands in 2 minutes. Yeah, about 2 minutes. So it's a quick changeover for me. So these stands also, all right, so there's the height adjustability. That's the first thing that's very cool about them. Second is the mass loading. These are heavy little stands. They tend to absorb a certain amount of energy, which they do not transmit because of their density. When you couple that with the fact that they have sorbethane discs at all 4 corners underneath the speakers to isolate them further from the platform, and those sorbethane discs are very effective and very sticky, and you will find that when comes time to pull a set of speakers off of the stands, you better work out. So the combination of the sorbethane, the high mass, the adjustability make these stands pretty much ideal for serious desktop systems. Price-wise, they range depending on how high the column is, how big the base is, how big the platform is. All those things are adjustable, or you can specify them when you first order. So in essence, it's a custom order stand. So do expect it to take at least a couple weeks after you order it for it to be delivered, but boy, when you get it, it ain't leaving your desktop because it is that good. So that's it. Sound Anchor stands. If you're serious about near-field desktop listening, you should be using a pair. See you next time.